right, hello and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for May 27th, 2026. Of course, my name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your co-hosts of this lovely show. It's been another week, so it's time for us to go ahead and do this again. So,
yeah,
Kevin, how have you been?
It's going good. Have a little bit of too much fun in Forza Horizon, but you can. I mean, the game's just that amazing. That's why. So, just been hanging out with that and pretty much nothing else. So,
yeah, game of the year so far, for sure.
For sure.
As for me, I'm not going to go too much into details, but it's not been that good of a week for me personally. But nothing too much to be concerned about. So we'll go ahead and see. We have a comment here. We got a comment from Nadia from Horror and More, giving us a wave. How you doing, Nadia? Hope you're having a good night so far. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the stories this week. And we're going to have two stories back-to-back about the same thing because, shocker, it comes out this week. Backrooms is looking at a historic opening weekend this weekend. It's looking to break 3 records. The first record it is looking at is the A24 opening weekend record. Currently, that record is held by Civil War, which is their biggest opening film of all time. This film is set to beat that, getting at least a $30 million opening, which Civil War had like 24. So pretty big. Second record is the youngest filmmaker to top the domestic box office opening weekend, which Ken Parsons will be 19 when this releases. That is not going to be undone anytime soon. I think that's a record that Kane will hold for the foreseeable future. And then lastly, it'll be A24's highest grossing movie of all time, most likely, which currently is also held by Civil War, which has around $100 million. Backrooms is going to make more money. I honestly think that they are undervaluing how much this movie is going to make.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll surpass these. Like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, it did that much. How little time already kind of situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that it is. Oh boy, I think that we're looking at something good here. So, I mean,
you gotta love it.
But hey, speaking of,
yeah, so Backrooms debuts at a solid 76 on Metacritic and 87 on Rotten Tomatoes. Horror movies this year has just been killing it. I feel like we have our good ones, but we also have some mediocre in the middle ones. But man, is it a good time to be a horror fan here?
I mean, honestly, even the mediocre ones this year have been, I would say, better than some of the the worst ones in years past. I mean, I would say there's only been one real bad horror movie this year. You see, I'm gonna go to double check and see which ones I had on here. I know Psycho Killer was one of the worst movies I've seen this year. Yeah, that's really. And then Primate, Return to Silent Hill, but we did also get movies like Undertone, Iron Lung, We Bury the Dead, Send Help, Faces of Death, Exit 8. Actually, like I'm looking at my top 15, and most of them are horror movies. Oh, and 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, Obsession. So, hey, we're having a good year so far. So, nothing to cry about.
We're eating good here.
Speaking of horror, let's keep it going. Obsession sees a record second weekend at the box office, making more money in its second weekend than it made in its first weekend, and this is huge.
Word of mouth is crazy. What people can do when that happens.
Absolutely, and it is still going really strong. It made $5.5 million last night, or on Tuesday here. Currently, the film worldwide is at $90 million. It will be, if it hits $100 million, it'll be the highest grossing movie made for under $1 million or something like that. And
that's crazy.
Quite a long time. So, and it deserves it. I mean, honestly, it's one of those movies that's getting a word of mouth. And possibly some awards attention for Indy Navarrete, which we'll talk about a little later.
Yeah.
But next up,
Sebastian Stan confirms he is playing Two-Face in Batman Part 2. And I mean, when I see Sebastian Stan, I really enjoy his work when he is on the screen, no matter who he plays. So I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, whether he's Winter Soldier or he is I forget the character's name from A Different Man, which, I mean, hey, he's just a great actor. I mean, he also did play Donald Trump in The Apprentice, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard good things about him. So But next up, actually, some pretty cool news here. Now, we are, in fact, getting a Paddington 4, but they have just hired the writers for it. So that is the main writer is going to be Armando Iannucci, which, for those of you who know, is the writer behind like such satire comedy movies like The Death of Stalin, was also the co-creator and writer of Veep, which was a political comedy series.
Okay.
He's also a contestant on Taskmaster right now, which is really funny. But he is a very funny man, and so I'm very excited to see what he can do with the world. Hopefully it's not like, hopefully they don't go an adult direction with it and they can keep it with the same energy. But
Gotcha.
we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, next up, F1 sequel sequel script is coming along, but the cast and crew are want to wait for Joseph Kosinski, is that how you say his name? To return to direct. Hey, you know what? He's the big part in this, so yeah, might as well wait for him for a little bit longer. Take your time getting the script absolutely great, and then start working on the movie afterwards.
Yeah, and Carrie Condon, who played the female tech who kind of designed the car, has said that they are kind of waiting for the script, and they said it's going to take some time. Like, it's not going to be an immediate remake. They want to get it right. So, good on. Speaking of Sebastian Stan, the first kind of musings about Oscar season have come along, and Fjord has won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, raising its Oscar chances. The film is currently, or will star Sebastian Stan, who we just talked about, and Renata Reinsva, who was just Oscar nominated for her role in Sentimental Value, and is going to be in the upcoming Backrooms movie as well. So, kind of a good year for her. She's been going a lot of fun places. I also remember she was in A Different Man.
Yeah.
Which I completely forgot about. So,
yep,
some pretty exciting stuff there.
Yeah, and you know what? We're gonna buy IMAX. That's the big thing here. We are buying IMAX. No, IMAX is
putting up debt.
Yeah, I mean, we're already in debt. Why not make more debt?
True. It's not like we're getting out of it, right?
But
yeah, IMAX is currently up for sale. Don't know who or what would buy it. Hopefully, it's not going to be anything like. I hope it's not bought by a theater company. I don't want it bought by Regal. I don't want it bought by AMC, because that means like if one of them buys it,
it's exclusive. It's
a conflict of interest, first off, but then also they would have proprietary access to it. So like if AMC buys it, Regal wouldn't have IMAX anymore. I'm hoping that it's going to be an outside company, but I hope that it's not like a holding company where they increase prices and lower quality. So who knows? Hopefully they don't sell, but we'll find out when it happens.
Yeah, I just watched Adam Savage from Mythbusters when he went to IMAX and took the look at like the 70 millimeters and stuff like that. That was so interesting to watch. It's like an 11-minute YouTube, and it was so interesting because of how fascinating how it's made still to this day.
Yeah, he's got some good videos. He just did a couple on for Mandalorian and Grogu. He did some for Project Hail Mary for the sets for that. So,
okay,
some really cool stuff. But that is it for the news this week. Nothing else too exciting. But quick, Garrett, buy IMAX. Call it GMAX. GMAX sounds like an ED pill.
Yeah, it does.
It's okay, babe. I got GMAX.
I'm on GMAX.
Hey, if they will, and I doubt they will take my debt as collateral for the company, but we'll see. Maybe I end up getting a job there with the new masters. But let's talk about the movies that are coming to streaming this week. We've got quite a few to talk about, actually. So Midsommar is hitting HBO Max on June 1st, if you haven't seen it. The Bride is now streaming on HBO Max. A Complete Unknown is also now streaming on HBO Max. TMNT Mutant Mayhem and Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves will be streaming on Pluto TV for free on June 1st. Rampage is now available to stream on HBO Max. This year, one of this year's worst movies, Psycho Killer, hits Disney Plus and Hulu on May 29th, so this Friday. Isle of Dogs is coming to HBO Max on June 1st. Scarlet, the newest anime film, it's a remake of Hamlet, I want to say, or Macbeth, one of those two. Is coming to Netflix on June 6th, which I'm really excited about. I love Mamoru Hosoda. Tomb Raider, the 2018 version with Alicia Vikander, is now on HBO Max. And Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 1 is now on Prime Video. So those are all the big ones. If you want to check any of those out, you now know where they are.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and talk about the trailers we got this week, and we got some big ones.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's talk about good ones.
Too.
Yeah, though I think there's one that you and I really want to talk about.
Is Primetime.
Yes.
And it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I think we talked about this like earlier in the year or somewhere, where I'm like, if Robert Pattinson's in it, I want to go see it pretty much. And he's in this movie, so I want to go see it because it just looks so good too.
Yes, I'm really excited to see this. This is coming to us from a director named Lance Oppenheim. Probably the not too well known in terms of directing films. Has done mostly some independent films and some TV stuff. But this looks something really special. Oh, he did a couple episodes of the HBO Max series Ren Fair, which was positively received. But yeah, this is going to be about To Catch a Predator and how it started, and it stars Robert Pattinson as our good pal, Mr. Oh my gosh,
I don't know his name, so I can't. I really
Chris Hansen. I was just on the page, but yeah, like I'm really looking forward to this. That trailer was spectacular. Definitely, like I don't know, it had like a horror feel to it.
It was very eerie.
Yeah, and I'm very excited for this. I think that it looks very different so far. So, but also I want to talk about. Disclosure got a new trailer, or Disclosure Day. I should edit that. Which I have heard that it shows the aliens in the new trailer, and so I'm not watching it.
Maybe I did not see this trailer then.
And then Toy Story 5 got a final trailer before it comes out. Pressure got a trailer before it comes out this week. But Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma looks like a lot of fun.
Looks very now this doesn't mean it's bad, but it looks very artsy as a horror movie.
Yeah, I have the sneaking suspicion that people who are like huge slasher movie horror fans probably aren't going to like it. I think it's going to appeal more to like the critical, the art house people, and definitely the queer audience, because Jane Schoenbrunn, her last film, I saw the TV Glow, was very much a queer film. So this is definitely going to be in that same vein, but it looks bonkers visually. So I cannot wait to check it out. But that's it for the trailers.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and talk about the box office, Kevin.
Yeah, and no surprise here. Number one, Star Wars: The Mandalorian Grogu coming in with 81.7 million on Memorial Day weekend. Remember, it was like a 3-day weekend, so you guys didn't go to the movies. That's your fault. Obsession was coming in at 2 with 24 million. Michael coming in 3, still here with 20.6 million. Devil Wears Prada 2 with 12.7, and The Sheep Detective with 9.2.
There you go. Absolutely. And actually, with the last couple of days as well, Star Wars: Mandalorian and Grogu currently at 167 million worldwide, which is slightly more than people were expecting. It has a huge international haul right now. It's the first Star Wars movie to open in China in some time, so they're thinking that it might get some extra bonus, money there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, less than most Star Wars movies, but I think that because it's based off a TV show, I think that's to be expected.
I think it helps, actually, that it was based off a TV show. But I think they could have done this in the first season, like after the first season, then do a movie. But after, like, I don't even remember what happened in the third season. I couldn't tell you a lick.
It was the retaking of Mandalore, and it was after Book of Boba Fett, so Grogu was back with Mando. I think the problem is that season 3 wasn't very good. I mean, it was still good, but it wasn't like as good as the first 2 seasons. So they should have done it after season 2, not after season 3.
Yeah,
but but we'll talk about more of that in a minute because I went and saw it.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this weekend. And oh boy, we got some fun ones. Up first is Backrooms, which Kevin and I are very excited for. We already have our tickets. After a therapist's patient disappears into a dimension beyond reality, she must venture into the unknown to save him. This, of course, is based off the viral YouTube series, as well as the creepypasta 4chan post mythos that has taken over the internet. And I'm very excited about this. So we'll go see that this week and let you know next week. Up that is Pressure, In the tense 72 hours before D-Day, General Dwight D. Eisenhower and Captain James Stagg face an impossible choice: launch the most dangerous seaborne invasion in history or risk losing the war altogether. This is another World War II movie, but this one coming from the point that they have to decide whether or not to do D-Day because of 2 incoming storms, and it has to do with like the weather that almost lost, like those storms almost lost World War II. So very fascinating, starring Brendan Fraser as General Dwight D. Eisenhower, which maybe we'll see him get some awards attention. Who knows? Up after that is The Breadwinner, a movie that I have been very much dreading. A supermom lands a Shark Tank deal, switching roles with her breadwinner husband. He struggles to adapt as a stay-at-home dad to their 3 daughters. This is an upcoming comedy movie starring Nate Bargatze, who is a comedian who a lot of people really like. I think he's I can't stand him. So I don't think this movie looks very good at all. It has a 32 on Metacritic. So apparently I was right. But anyhow, that is the third one. Last up is Power Ballad. Rick, a washed-up wedding singer, and Danny, a fading boy band star, bond over music and late-night jam sessions. When Danny turns Rick's song into a hit, Rick sets out to reclaim the recognition he believes that he deserves. This is an upcoming movie. It's got a pretty decent Metacritic score of 75, starring Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas. And I've been hearing some good things about this, actually. So if you're interested, go and check it out. It's playing limited, so you'll have to see if your theater is even playing it. Alrighty. Well, you know what time it is now, Kevin.
Yeah, it's time to do some Flickle.
I'm glad you remembered. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick.
Yep. Let me full screen this.
Let's do it. Alrighty. I don't know what this is from the start. It could be like hundreds of different movies. So let's go ahead and see what this is. First clip is...
Doctor, it's your wife on the phone?
Thank you, Claire.
I don't know.
Wife on
It's
the
definitely
no-
90s. 80s
Yeah.
or 90s. Alright, let's go ahead and skip it.
Doctor,
Unless you
it's your
got
wife
something.
on the phone?
No. I don't have anything.
Okay.
What's so special about Lake Winnipesaukee?
Well, Joan, among other things, it's the summer home of Dr.
What is so special about Lake Winnipesaukee?
Well,
I feel like I
Joan,
know what
among
this
other
is,
things,
but
it's
I...
the summer home of Dr.
What is so special
Okay.
about Lake
Let's
Winnipesaukee?
skip it.
No, keep going.
I'm Faye Martin,
Yeah.
Dr.
Oh,
Brown's wife,
that's Beverly
and I'm
from
very happy to
Airplane.
have your- I'm Faye Martin,
Okay.
Dr.
Dude, I
Martin's
still
wife.
don't know.
Come on, Daddy.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, sweetheart.
That's Richard Dreyfuss.
Thank you,
I
Anna.
have no clue.
Why are you always wearing black? What is it with you and this death fixation?
Maybe I'm in mourning for my lost
Bill Murray.
What is this movie?
I have no idea. I'm going to take one guess, though. I'm going to say Father of the Bride. No, what about Bob?
Never would have guessed that one.
Never would have guessed that.
Never. Look how many people got it wrong, too.
Yeah, it was Julie Haggerty. Yeah. Groundhog Day. No, unfortunately not. Yep, and then Fox Pixar got it. But... Alrighty. Well, that was rough.
That was.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and talk about some movies that we watched, Kevin.
Yeah, let's do it. You want to talk about the first one first?
Yeah, so Kevin has... I'll go back to my script here. Kevin watched 3 movies this week.
Technically, I watched
Outside
4.
the wheelspin. Technically, yeah, but we'll talk about that a little later. But that's more than usual. So that's pretty good. Let's talk about the movie that we both saw. We'll
Yes.
go first. So why don't you take the first one on this?
Yeah, so I watched Obsession. It's 2006.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
On Letterboxd it says 2025 because it technically premiered last year, but it released this year. So.
Okay. Yeah, so took Nadia to this, went on Saturday, and she rode her bike and I rolled my roller skates there, and we got there too late because it was sold out. So we had to deal with Sunday, which is okay. It's sold out. That means it's good. And yes, it was. It was absolutely fantastic. I gave it a lower score than Garrett, though, because I feel like they could have taken the eeriness and creepiness to a higher level. The way she moves in this movie is absolutely amazing, but it's not used enough, I feel, in this movie. I would have liked it a little bit more of eeriness and creepiness of her character, Nikki's character. So that's, I think that was lacking for me a little bit in that aspect. But can I talk about what Nadia showed me today about what they think who's possessing Nikki?
I mean, I wouldn't want to spoil it for people.
It's okay. It's fine. You're good. But I'll talk to you afterwards then, because we've seen it. But still, really good camera shots. I just loved how it looked like it was made on a budget, but it feels like it was made on a budget, but kind of a higher budget. There's nothing like that. I was that's bad.
Your mic kind of cut out. Yeah, it's like it was weird. Like it had like a whooshing sound, and then your voice became hard to hear.
Oh,
no, that's back to normal.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it felt like it was on a budget, but didn't look like it was on a budget, which was awesome to see. And then, I mean, the performance of Nikki is absolutely fantastic. I mean, one of the better ones from a horror franchise, I feel like. So I give it an 89 out of 100. Oops, I just hit my mic.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that if Gladys from Weapons can win supporting actress, I definitely think that Indy will at least be nominated for best actress, 100%. But I give the movie a 97, and I need to immediately disagree with Kevin saying this movie is not creepy enough. I think this is one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen, and not because of the movement or anything like that. The concept, the fact that you lose all autonomy and you are like acting upon the whims of someone else is horrifying. The scene where he's on the phone with customer service and he's like, "Oh, do you want to talk to her?" is like burned into my memory. Like, oh, that terrified me. But I think this movie is one of the best horror movies of the year. Obviously, it's a 97. It's like my third highest rated movie of the year, maybe second. I really love this movie because, number one, it's made by someone who is 26, 24 years old, somewhere around there. And it feels like someone who's been making movies for years. Like, it definitely feels far better than it should be. Especially with the budget and the actors. Like usually you get young Gen Z actors and they're not very good. However, everyone here was pretty good for the most part. I mean, everyone's overshadowed by Indy, but like, yeah, you know, like the friends do really well. Bear is like, I feel like he reacts as realistically as he can, you know, like
to what's going on. Yeah.
Like the script is really fun here. I love the music though. It's very liminal. It felt very backroomsy type music to me, like the kind of music I would expect in a backrooms type film. Kind of similar to the retro sequences in Black Phone 2, that similar kind of music, which I really liked. I really enjoyed this movie. I genuinely felt unsettled for the rest of the day and the day afterward. After watching,
you know what unsettled me the most though, when it's not going to spoil anything, so I can say they're in the music shop and his best friend and the main character talking about, and dude, she's just staring the entire. It's perfect. It's perfect, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's still staring, and it's like it's etched into your skin. It's like, oh my gosh, she's not turning her head away. She's just looking the entire time, and it's perfect.
And I love how it's also not afraid to be a little comedic. There are moments that are funny, and it helps undo the tension. Excuse me. But yeah, I thought this was fantastic. I really enjoyed this because I think like for an unrealistic concept, it's handled in a way that's very grounded. And I really appreciate that. The director has talked about exploring this universe more as like a series, where every episode is a different person's wish, and not all of them would fail, because it's not it's not like a monkey's paw thing. It's not designed to mess you up. It's just whatever you wish for. And he wished for something really bad. So I will say the most unrealistic thing about this entire movie is that anyone who's Gen Z has their own home.
Yeah, that was a good one. I saw that on your review.
The fact that I'll never be able to own a home, but somehow this guy who works at a record shop can own one. Anyhow, alrighty. Well, that was the movie we both saw. Let's go ahead and get some comments here. Yeah, that's just what I said. Yeah. So basically, he would want to make a sequel or miniseries where each episode featured a wish gone wrong. Not always wish gone wrong though. He said some of them would go right, which is really
It'd be so interesting to see.
Yeah, like the friend at the end of the movie. His wish went right. But okay, let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you've got 2. Do you want to put Mothman into your non-wheel spin?
Yeah, because I technically already watched it.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll do 4. You do 2. I do 3. You do 1.
Yep. Okay.
I think that math works out.
Just something like that. We'll figure it out.
Anyhow, we'll do it in post. Anyhow, moving right along. Continuing with my May challenge of matriarchy, I watched The Colors Within, which is another film by director Naoko Yamada, who we've talked about with Liz and the Bluebird and The Silent Voice. And I don't think this movie is as good as those, but I still do think that it is a good one. It's this sweet, low-key little film that explores creativity and the quieter side of dealing with internal issues with friends. It takes its time to show us these characters through interactions and their sessions creating music together. And the characters feel earnest and well-developed. And I would say that this film has a deep level of empathy for the teenage experience, particularly in Japan, because this is a Japanese film. The animation is incredible here. It looks very different from any other of Yamada's work, and you wouldn't I would say you would not immediately identify this as anime. I think that it looks more style ambiguous, which is very interesting. I think that the story, though, like the characters are great, but the story itself just doesn't really do any resolving, which I think is kind of disappointing. Like they don't really they all of them have issues that they're working through together as they make music, but then they don't really solve them. You're just kind of given the feeling that they will solve them because of the time they've spent together, which is fine. It's just not very fulfilling. So I kind of felt like it was like eating dinner and wanting a little bit more at the end of it. Not bad by any means, just not as nuanced as I was expecting from Yamada, who's made some of the best, I'm just going to say films that I've ever seen. Not even animation, like just some of the best films. So, good film. Not like amazing, though, I would say. Okay. But let's talk about another matriarchy film, one that I just watched for the first time, Point Break.
No.
Which I don't know, with Keanu Reeves and Mr. Patrick Swayze, which I'm guessing most of you didn't know is directed by a woman.
Nope,
directed by Catherine Bigelow, same director as The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30.
Damn. Okay.
This is a defining 90s action movie. Obviously, bringing surf culture into the action scene and doing extreme sports and stuff is really fun. So the action scenes are really exhilarating and they're really well filmed. It's also just a really darn fun movie. Like, it's just a lot of fun. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze are both fantastic here. Their chemistry is undeniable. They have really good chemistry. There's definitely, you could posit there might be some energy going on between, but like it doesn't really, that's if you just really want to look into it that way. But seeing their relationship evolve and their kind of friendship over the course of the movie is worth the price of admission alone, because it has deeper implications towards the ideas of masculinity and identity and freedom, which are really well explored. And particularly, it's interesting because, as we've kind of figured out over the course of this month, the best movie about men are made by women.
Yes.
So, because they realize that we are, men just want to make macho movies, whereas women want to actually show men as three-dimensional people. So they're incredibly vulnerable with each other. Feels really ahead of its time, which I really like. And the surf culture is what sets this movie apart from other action movies of the time. I did kind of want the story to be a little bit more ambiguous as far as like, is Patrick Swayze really the villain? Kind of a thing. Like, but it's still a great story though. Good stuff, and it's an iconic action movie. And it's too bad they tried rebooting it, but really enjoyed this one.
Didn't go well.
Exactly. Next up is a short film for matriarchy, which is The Secret of the Marquis, which is another Lottie Reiniger animation. This one's like just a couple minutes long, like 2-3 minutes, maybe even less than that. But it is, as far as I know, the first animated advertisement for a product ever made. It's this incredible animation style that Lottie Reiniger has created, but it's been applied to Nivea products of the time. Nivea is a big cosmetic pharmaceutical brand or whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm glad they use their skills, and it's really cool to see it being used like in the 20s as a way to advertise something. It is an advertisement. So it's just like, okay, sure. There's no story or anything to it. It's just visuals and like, hey, you could buy this. So, but up after that is another Catherine Bigelow movie, The Hurt Locker, which I've never actually reviewed on Letterboxd, but I've seen it multiple times. This is really, really interesting to me because of all the movies that came out post 9/11, this one feels way less like propaganda and more of an exploration of that American urge at the time to go beyond what was necessary and how it destroys people. The pursuit of greatness by like hurting yourself mentally or physically or whatever, right? It's what Jeremy Renner does with all the bomb diffusals. I think Bigelow crafts what is easily her best film here of all the movies I've seen that she's made. It's got tension in all the right places and in places you wouldn't expect. Some of the scenes, you know, like with no bombs, are just as tense as the scenes with bombs. Very fascinating. Jeremy Renner's really good here, as is Anthony Mackie and Brian Garrity. They feel real as people, and there are decisions, even though there are decisions made in the heat of combat that aren't necessarily real, but that feels more realistic then, because sometimes we don't make decisions that feel logical, you know, in the heat of the moment. It's relentlessly intense, but it knows when to keep it low key. There's always kind of something bubbling underneath the surface, whether it's emotional or an actual bomb. Either way, it's explosive. But I think it's really good. I think it definitely could have used some cutting here and there. I think it gets a little too long in some places. Like the sniper standoff scene is fantastic, but it definitely goes on a little too long. So things like that could be cut. But really good movie. I think it's Bigelow's best film. So I give it a 90.
Nice. Very nice. Right. Very nice.
Let's go into your first two here.
Yeah, my first number 2 is going to be Whistle. And this came out last year, one of the horror movies. And this is just one of your mediocre horror movies, unfortunately. There's a lot of cool eeriness upon the whistle and finding it, but the characters are just not interesting to me. X-23, her actress, is in this movie. She's okay, but everybody else is not there. Didn't really care for him, unfortunately. And the kills are interesting and good, but it's very CGI'd and gory. So it's give and take what you can get with goriness and everything like that. Only thing I want to say is they didn't use the whistle to how I would like it. The death whistle sounds absolutely horrendous and scary, but you only hear it once during this movie. If it was eerie music with the death whistle in the background, or they kept hearing it just over time or something like that, use it in a different way, I think this movie would have worked a lot better in its favor. But unfortunately it didn't. It was still, I mean, it wasn't a long movie, so it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is horrible because of how long it is or anything like that. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, so it was good, just needed something else to get along with it. So I gave it a 54 out of 100.
Gotcha. So it sounds like it was okay.
Yeah. What's that?
That's your next one.
Oh, Home. Yes. Oh, so sorry. I forgot I was doing two.
You actually watched more than one movie this week. So.
The Home. Very surprising about this. This is the one with Pete Davidson. And I mean, just no offense to old people. If old people are watching this, they make you look absolutely horrifying in this movie because they make it look creepy, make you guys look creepy. And I know you guys aren't, because I help a lot of people out at the urgent care, and you guys are super nice, but damn, when they make movies like this, I kind of don't like when you guys come in because you scare me. But this movie is absolutely horrifying in some ways because of what is happening, and the story is actually very interesting with Pete Davidson's brother's character in this, about how they think he committed suicide, but something else happens in this, and I don't want to say it because it's only a year old, so you guys can go watch it. I think it's on Hulu right now too, which is really good. It's very eerie, it's very creepy, but then at the end when everything happens, you're like, oh my gosh, I hate rich people. I'll just say that. So 77 out of 100 for us. And Pete Davidson was actually pretty good in this movie too. So,
all right. Well. Let's go ahead and finish up this, my last three here. Like I said earlier, I went to the theaters to see Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu, and gave it a 75. I thought that it was a fun movie, and that's all it needed to be. I wasn't expecting anything more from this movie, and I would say I went in with low expectations, and I would say that my expectations were exceeded for being low expectations, right? I also want to give kudos to Disney real quick, because when the credits flash on the screen in the beginning and saying like who's in the movie, like Pedro Pascal is obviously first because he plays the Mandalorian, and then Jeremy Allen White is second because he plays another big character in the movie. But then the next two people are the people who usually are in the suit instead of Pedro.
Oh,
so they got higher billing, and I really loved that. Like, awesome, because they weren't given enough credit in the show. So awesome that they got to see their names on the big screen like that. Because one of them is John Wayne's grandson or something.
Oh, really?
So yeah, which is interesting. You got a Western lineage guy playing Mando. But I think this is it's a continuation of the popular series, and that is the biggest problem, because you can't escape the feeling that this was supposed to be at least like maybe the first half or part of a new season that we're possibly not going to get. It doesn't feel like it was intended to be a film because it just has no stakes or tension. Like, there's no finality to it. Like, yeah, Mando's life could be threatened, but we know he's going to make it out because he's one of the most bankable characters that Disney has. Like, there's no stakes. So because of that, it's kind of annoying. But it just kind of moves along. Like, it doesn't feel like it's going to affect anything. Like, none of the returning characters come back. Like, we don't see Boba Fett. We don't see Luke Skywalker. We don't see anyone coming back from the show that could have made things more interesting. That's not to say that's not really fun, though. I think that it goes back to the adventure core of what Star Wars can be. It's got some great returning characters from, like, Rebels and Clone Wars, but then also has some new characters. Like, Sigourney Weaver is a great addition. I think she fits into it very beautifully. And I appreciate we got to see a location that we never have seen in live action, but we've only heard about. And I think that was really cool. And it was very different from usual planets in terms of design and look. So I was very excited about that.
Will it spoil it if you tell us what planet it is?
I mean, it was in the trailer. So I don't know if anyone here is going to go see it. We go to the home world of the Hutts.
Oh, yeah, it was in the trailer. Okay.
So that's really cool. There's also another planet which has a gladiator arena, and that is basically like a Star Wars cyberpunk city. And music is so different, and it's so cool, and I really enjoyed that. But I think it's a fun adventure movie, lacking in stakes, but it makes up for it in heart. I also really appreciate that Grogu is given more to do as a character in this film than he has been in the show. Not just that he's there to be cute. He actually serves a purpose, which I really liked. So
hey, he can be cute all he wants too.
We also have the return of the Babu Freak boys.
Babu Freak.
The little aliens that are like as small as Grogu, and they're like, "Good shot, baby."
Yeah.
Those guys come back, and I love it. So they're one of my favorite Star Wars aliens that the sequel trilogy added for sure. Alrighty, next up, another matriarchy film is one that I always seen talked about, but I've never actually seen, which is Clueless. Which is a 90s high school movie with a lot more going on. It's an adaptation of a piece of classic literature or something, I think called Emma, which I had never read or know anything about. I think this is a really fun time filled with great performances, and it's another great modern version of an older story. And I think that the biggest downfall of this movie is it has a lot of that cringe, right? It's high school, and they're depicting high school not as it actually was. Like, high school does not look like this, and it never did. It never did. So, like, it's always kind of frustrating to me. But the basic core idea of the story and the characters are what carry this movie over. Like, you can get rid of that cringe. You can kind of put it out of your mind because the characters are really goddamn good. The dialogue is absolutely incredible. Some of the best teenage drama comedy dialogue I've heard, like, since like Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Breakfast Club. Like, it's up there with those, I would say. But like I said, characters are a large reason for the success here. Particularly Alicia Silverstone, Brittany Murphy, and Paul Rudd are all really good in this movie. But it's hard to really make them stand out because everyone's good. Everyone really has a love and a fondness for the characters that they're playing. And it comes through. It's a lot of fun. I don't necessarily love it on first viewing, but I will probably have to rewatch it later, maybe with some friends who really enjoy it or who have never seen it before, and then maybe I'll get something a little bit more out of it, or maybe when I check out the actual piece of literature, whatever it's based on, I'll have some more appreciation for it. But I did really like it. I liked it far more than I thought I was going to. So
Nice.
give it an 80.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, and on to one of the highest rated movies that I have done for Matriarchy, which is a movie I was not expecting. But I'll get into it. Is Beau Travail, which is a French movie. This was released in 1999. I always see this movie on the Criterion shelf during whenever I go to Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
It's always available, and it's always brought up on people who really like film analysis and stuff. They always talk about this movie, and I can see why. This movie is very, very good. It's not a movie that I would necessarily recommend to most casual audiences, though, because there's not a lot of dialogue. It's much more an emotional visual tone poem, kind of going over the ideas of jealousy and masculinity and kind of identity, kind of like with Point Break, but this one's more emotional. The lack of dialogue can be a little odd at sometimes, but you get over it pretty quickly. And I love the way that it goes over like identity and like how you lose identity, right? Like it's about a guy who serves in the French military in Africa. Something happens and he is kicked out of the military, and that causes him to completely lose all sense of self, because that's just who he was. He thought that strictness in that regimen was key to his identity, and then without that, he's like, what am I? And so really, really something cool. The story, when revealed, hits like a truck. The reason why he's kicked out is fantastic. Denis Lavant, who plays Galou, the main character, is outstanding, particularly in the last scene of the movie, which is iconic in like film, like I would say film buff circles, which is just him dancing to the song Rhythm of the Night, which is great. But I love this. I can't wait to watch it again with someone who hasn't seen it. But it's definitely not a movie that I'm going to say, like, if you're more like a genre fan, if like you're interested into like horror or like comedy or sci-fi, or if you just go to like big blockbuster movies, you're probably not going to like this movie. But if you're interested in kind of pushing your envelope forward and trying new kinds of experiences, I would highly recommend it. But that's it for my recreational. You got one more.
I got one more, and I got this on the wheel spin, but I technically did watch it, just forgot to put it on there. And it's Mothman from 2010, and just don't. That's it. Just
All
don't.
right.
I mean, if you want to watch like the bad B, C horror movies, this is one of them. I don't know where we watched it at, to be perfectly honest with you, but it was enjoyably fun if you want to laugh at it. And that's where I got the 15 out of 10 from, or out of 100 from, was, oh my gosh, it's so bad, but it's okay at some points. The Mothman itself, when you can only see him in reflections and everything like that, it looks horrible, but I love the story behind the Mothman as well. The story of him kidnapping people, and they don't know where they go, but they're all missing, and the townspeople don't really, well, they care, but it's like, we can't find them, so they're still missing, kind of a situation. Is really interesting, but there were some gory parts to this as well, but dude, the acting in this is absolutely atrocious. The gore and kills are just okay in this, but it's one of those movies you put on in the background and your friend goes, what the hell are we watching? And then you sit down and watch it because you just want to see where the hell this movie's going. So give it a 15 out of 100. It's bad, but if you want to watch a bad movie for a good time, this is it for you.
Well, there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you shouldn't watch it.
Or you should.
Or should, I don't know. Maybe indulge in a substance.
Yeah.
Make it better. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get some comments before we get to the wheel spin stuff. Yeah. Since a new month is next week, what is the theme for June?
You have to do the theme because I don't remember. I was going to ask you.
Well, for Movie Club, or
Yeah.
for me personally?
Movie
Because
Club. I think
Mine is going to be different from Movie Club.
Ooh.
So for Movie Club, it's going to be films that have won Best Picture at the Venice Film Festival. Is the theme we've gone to. So we'll be watching films like The Wrestler and Brokeback Mountain, among other films. As for me personally, I'm going back and forth between a couple of ideas. I've still got a couple days left of May. I was thinking about either doing some sort of just like grab bag, like one of the ideas was just kind of doing like I couldn't think of like a pun, but like doing series that I haven't seen. So like, for example, there's a Japanese movie called Tetsuo the Iron Man that I really want to watch, and there's 3 of those movies. So I was like, I'll do all 3 as a part of the challenge, and like do like
a series. Series of movies.
Or like
okay.
the Paranormal Activity movies, or the Saw movies, or like, you know, well, that kind of doesn't leave horror movies for October, but you know what I'm getting at. But that's one of the things with either that, or it's going to be Junebox, which is a play on jukebox. So it's going to be all music-based things.
Oh, that would be cool.
Not just musicals, but like concert films, documentaries, musicals, or anything like that. So I haven't really decided yet. I'm also debating just taking a break because I've been doing a challenge every month since October, and I kind of just want to watch what I want to watch sometimes.
True.
We'll see. Whistle was missing Flow Rider.
Yep.
And
No one blew his whistle, baby.
If only. And this almost makes me want to watch Star Wars, so I can join in on this nerd talk. I mean, I wouldn't.
It's not bad. It's just
the
fun
original
time.
trilogy, I would say, is something that everyone should watch. At least the original film is something that everyone should watch at least once, even if you don't like it. It's just one of those things. It's like a kind of rite of passage type thing. The universe, though, at this point is just so expansive. Like, I think that there is something for everyone in the universe, but a lot of it kind of depends on your pre-existing knowledge. Like, I think you would like the Maul series about Darth Maul, but like you have to know what happened to him before watching it.
Yeah.
So like, there's that kind of angle to it. So it's a lot, but I would say the original trilogy. Start there. If you don't like the original movie, then don't go on. You know? But I am still excited for any possible like horror movies. There is a horror Star Wars book that I think you would really like, which is I think it's called Death Troopers, and it's about Han Solo and Chewbacca. They land on a abandoned Star Destroyer, and it's populated by zombies, and they have to fight their way out, which is really cool. It's actually a good book, so would recommend that. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about wheelspin stuff, Kevin.
Yeah, let's talk about wheelspin.
Your short.
My short was, I think this was an Oscar-winning short. I believe I said that on the pod last week, and it shows. This is a very fantastically told story of Tweety getting adopted pretty much from outside and has to live with Sylvester. Is it Sylvester? I get them mixed up. Yeah. And how he has plans to eat Tweety pretty much. And shenanigans happens, but at the end of this is where it really got a lot of points for me. It's this whole sequence of this mousetrap looking configuration where there's different animations happening at the same time, and it looks very, very pretty during the whole mousetrap situation. And it was fantastic. Really did enjoy it. I mean, 93 out of 100, can't go wrong with it. Gotcha.
All right. My short this week was History of the World in 3 minutes flat, and I did not enjoy this. I think that the animation was a little too simplistic. It really, it reminded me of, did you ever see Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that style animation, but it looks worse here. Schoolhouse Rock looks good. This looks worse. It's supposed to be like these things in human history. It's just not that engaging. It's not that entertaining. I put this in my review. It says History of the World in 3 minutes flat, but then it starts with biblical myth. So it doesn't even do history. It's just, I don't know. But 30 was fine. It was, it wasn't like, if I give a short like a 30, that's what me saying it's fine, just because like it was only 3 minutes. It wasn't like I was wasting my time.
It
But
was 3 minutes times 10.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Yeah,
I
I
watched
watched.
your movie.
Yeah, because I just watched Obsessed before I went to go see Obsession. I had to make sure I was writing the same different things on these because I would have mixed it up already. But this one was just okay again for me. But again, I get 2 creepy stalker girls this week in both movies. But one does a lot better of a acting job than the other one does, and that's where this one gets blown out of the water. It does have Beyonce in it, which she's not a part of the movie too much, which I thought was actually better for her because it is just a creepy movie about a stalker that he finds at work and everything, and she just becomes really creepy, and not creepy to the effect as Obsession does, but just creepy overall, just eeriness, but not horror eerie, just around eeriness, like that you can cut the air with a knife or whatever that saying is. So it was just okay. I mean, Idris Elba, I think, is the main character here, and he does a really good job. But it's not that. I'm not gonna say acting is hard, but he didn't look like he was acting that hard in this movie, if that makes any sense. But so I give it a 65 out of 100.
All right. My movie.
I'm disappointed in this one. I think I enjoyed this.
Fall 2022, and I'm not saying you can't enjoy this movie, but
I'm just saying you're wrong.
I thought this movie was maddeningly stupid. Fall is a tense movie for sure, and I think that it's tense because of the situation. Like, if you were in this situation, it would be very scary. That's where I would say it gets its points from.
But
it'd be a lot more suspenseful or terrifying if the characters were any good, and if I cared for them in any way at all. I felt like I was actively rooting for both of them to fall. Because yes, being on top of a tower like this would suck. But if you trespass on private land, climb the tower anyway, and have a problem up there, you 100% absolutely deserve what happens to you. I'm sorry. Like, the script is the biggest problem here. I did not care for any of the characters in this film. The performances aren't terrible, but the writing is terrible. Like, the actresses are doing what they can to make their characters seem like interesting, but they're just not. Someone else on Letterboxd said that this was a horror movie about having an influencer friend, and I 100% agree with that.
That's so true.
The dialogue is clunky, and especially in the ham-fisted, pea-brained attempt it tries to do to just shove in grief, and kind of like, you know, it feels so poorly written when she's just like, you know, oh, a year later, I'm still so sad. There's no exploration of the grief. Like, she has nightmares and stuff, sure, but it's for shock value. Oh, she has blood on her when she wakes up. Ugh. It was stupid. It was really hard to care. Also, I don't know why Jeffrey Dean Morgan's even in this movie. He plays the dad. He's like, they probably used him for a day on set. And then we're like, oh, yeah, here's your $100,000 or whatever. Like,
have a good one.
The rest of the film, though, is okay. It's definitely too long, and I think that the grief stuff could have been cut out. They should have just gone up there because her friend's like, tits for TikTok, and they could have gone up there and gotten in trouble, right? That would have been more acceptable. But I think, like, by shoving all this unnecessary shit in, it's like that Wreck-It Ralph thing when he keeps shoving the pancakes into the game that he plays. Yeah. It was just like, okay, you're bloating this with too much stuff. It needed trimming. The situation feels distinct, though. I haven't seen any movie like this, so I think that it does earn some points for originality, and it is genuinely tense. Like, when she wakes up and there's a vulture there is really kind of like, oh shit, yeah, that would happen. Like, there is some good in this, and like, in a way, I'm happy to see it's getting another Fall movie because there's a whole different thing you can do. But again, if you do this in real life, you deserve whatever happens to you. It's committing a crime to go up there, and it's stupid. It's like the people who go into like those small cracks in caves and then they get stuck. You deserve it. Just don't do that.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
There you go. So, I mean, I hated the characters and their incredible stupidity, but like the actual movie itself is pretty original and it is pretty tense. It's just did not enjoy the experience because of the characters. So
Okay.
that's why I give it a low score. I know a lot of people seem to really like this movie, which is cool. I mean, if you like it, awesome. I'm not saying you can't like it. For me personally, did not like it. So, alrighty. Now that that's out of the way.
Yep.
Let's see here.
That's for our flickle.
I didn't think it was Airplane. I just knew it was the same actress. So. Just wait till you see Fall 2. I think it's coming out end of this year. Or maybe early next year. It'll probably come out in January.
It's 2 towers that they have to.
don't go there.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice I said that.
Fall 2 is just 9/11. That would be in such bad taste. Oh god, that's actually really funny though.
But
alrighty, let's go ahead and get into our.
Hear me out.
Let's get into the wheel spin, which is where we do what, Kevin?
We have you guys pick some movies that we put on a wheel and we spin it and see if we get it. I know Nadia got it. Was it 2 last week? I feel like she did.
Golden Child, 1986 from Joey. Okay. The Home for 2025, I'm guessing for me.
Yep, just for you.
Okay. We'll go ahead and give it another minute here. What are you hoping for, Kevin? You got what? Obsessed is like kind of like a thriller.
A creepy thriller movie. So again, I would like some Disney classics. I haven't reviewed those at all. I don't know if we have that many on.
You can always just watch them.
No, I know. But I feel more not obligated, but to pay more attention to it when it's on the wheel spin, and then to just do it by myself. Because sometimes if I do it by myself, I'm watching like hockey on the other end or something like that. So I pay more attention when it's on the wheel, I should say.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm always game for anything, so it doesn't matter to me. But
yeah.
Alrighty. Well, no other results coming in, so we'll go ahead and save the wheel real quick. If you have a feature film, you've still got some time while we do our shorts. But let's go ahead and do the shorts real quick. Shuffle it up. Kevin, your short is.
My short is
Cellbound from 1955.
Interesting.
All right, where is Cellbound on here? There we go. Okay. Cool. Alrighty, and we'll shuffle that up and we'll spin. So Kevin's getting the short Cellbound. And I am getting Rabbit Hood.
I feel like you've seen that one.
Let's find out. No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've seen it before in my life, but I have not reviewed.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and put Kevin's initials on that. And then we'll shuffle it up and save it. Alrighty. So no other feature films getting added. Let's go ahead, get to the wheel of movies. Kevin, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm just pulling up a movie if I get yours. So that's the only thing.
Smart. I already have yours if I land on you. And that is a me movie. So we'll reshuffle and spin. Ooh, The President's Lady.
What is that?
No idea. Check it out.
Let's look at it.
President's Lady from 1953. Oh, it's starring Charlton Heston, Susan Hayward. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right.
Hey, El Clasico.
El Classic. All right. Cool. Let me go ahead and remove that off the list, shuffle it up, and spin it for me.
I have so many things I want you to watch, but it never lands on me.
It's not going to be one of them because it's
Nope.
going to be Black Belt Jones. Which I have no idea what that is.
Black Belt Jones.
Oh shit! It's a blaxploitation movie. Oh,
Oh.
let's go!
Was he? Hold on. Was he in Crouching Enter the Dragon? Yep, that's where he was.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then Scatman Crothers, who was in The Shining.
Scatman Crothers.
He was the janitor. Not the janitor.
Oh.
The other guy that has the shining ability.
Mm-hmm.
But alrighty, cool. Let me go ahead and save the wheel real quick. I'm so excited, dude. A blaxploitation kung fu movie. I am so ready. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and Kevin's gonna be watching the short Cellbound from 1955, and I'll be watching the short Rabbit Hood. Kevin will be watching the feature film The President's Lady, and I will be watching the film Black Belt Jones. So those are our films this week. So make sure you join us for our live stream next week, where we'll talk about what we think of those movies and shorts. But that's it for the show this week. We do have, of course, this live stream every single Wednesday, almost said Saturday, every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we also have our show Movie Club every single Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this week, we have our last matriarchy film. We'll be checking out the film After Sun, which we'll get talking about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little hard to talk about, but we will get there, which will be on Friday. But that's it for the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you all next week. And until then, make sure to keep your eyes on the screen. Have a good one, everyone.